Hello, good morning, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Xah Talk Show. We are going to do some coding, mathematics, geometry, special plane curves with Wolfram Language. But the first 2 minutes, let me introduce my keyboards. This is UHK80 Ultimate Hacking Keyboard. Fantastic. This is Nulia trackball. And that is Logitech mouse with the infinite spin wheel. Okay, and here is the Huion Huion. I believe that's a brand name. Huion drawing tablet. Okay, that's introduction. So I got a review on YouTube for each one of them. So let's go to my screen. So go to it. Okay. So today, if you have seen the YouTube description, it's just me coding, working on my special plane curves, mathematics, geometry. Okay. So what does that mean? Special plane curves. It's this. Okay, this project. And we just gonna go easy. So I'm just gonna work on my website. I mean, so it's my working session, coding Wolfram Language. And along the way, I'll explain some interesting things about these plane curves. I did this 30 years ago, 1993 to 1997 to 2000s. Okay, so fantastic, beautiful plane curves. Okay, so we're gonna code some of that in Wolfram Language and just casual. If you are watching this offline, play at 1.5 speed. If you are watching here, say hi. Okay, play at 1.5 speed. And I'm using Emacs, of course. So first of all, you need to know. Okay, so my keyboard, search for Ultimate Hacking Keyboard. You can see a lot fantastic videos and photos. Okay, on my website xahlee.info. Search for it, you'll find it. xahlee.info. Ultimate Hacking Keyboard UHK80. Okay, fantastic review. And you can also find, of course, my so this is, you are looking at Xah Talk Show, xahlee.info, my homepage. You'll find this in today's talk show, and my equipments, Ultimate Hacking Keyboard, of course, and Nulia trackball M505. Fantastic. That's this one on the side here. Okay, yeah, fantastic. And Huion H640P pen tablet, drawing tablet. Okay, so that's some of my devices. Okay, and Wolfram Language, that's what we're gonna do. So if you don't know, here's my Wolfram Language packages. So I wrote this 30 years ago, and I updated them about a year ago. So you can draw all these amazing and beautiful plane curves and illustrate their properties. So these are my Wolfram Language packages. Of course, it's free. You just download it on GitHub. Okay, on GitHub link here. Just search for it. Plane curve plot package by Xah Lee. Xahlee, my name, on xahlee.info. And there's not, and I got quite a few of the packages. Plane curve plot package, that's the most popular. Allows you to plan a lot of properties of plane curves. Okay, then you got plane curve formulas. So this is just a collection of formulas. Formulas for each plane curve, you have, formula is hard to remember. So, you have kind of like a database, actually just 39 of them. Okay, so then you got plane curve generator package. This package is fantastic because it generates animations. So you can see all these special ways due to the properties of plane curves, you can generate them. I can't play because it's not animation. Anyway, you can see it in my plane curve package, in my plane curve website. So all these are animations. Fantastic. Okay, so you can download this package and you can generate them. Okay, so and I have other so besides plane curve, I got this one is more kind of more advanced. This is for tilings and plain tilings and patterns. Okay, for kind of creating decorative patterns. Fantastic and beautiful. And also I have a package that's Wolfram charcoal plot and well, this one. Okay, so go back, transform 2D plot. So this package is designed for plotting complex functions, or rather it's more like for plane transforming plane to plane, 2D plane. Okay, so because of this package and others, I got contacted by a Nobel Prize winner whose name is something A Glass or something, from Berkeley. So this is around 1996, around 1990s. Okay, so he contacted me. So I was, so this is kind of my story. He contacted me around 1997. I still have the email somewhere, and he was wondering if I would work for him. So he's a Nobel Prize winner. What's his name? He passed away. I noticed he passed away about like 10 years ago. No, let's see if we can find the name. Nobel Prize. A Glaser physics. I think was it physics or something? Okay. Glaser, Donald Glaser. Okay, I think that's the guy. American physicist and neurobiologist. Okay, let's check. I think that's a guy. He's at Berkeley in the 1990s. Okay, now remember in 1990s, we don't have Wikipedia, not like you guys today. You can enjoy Wikipedia, find information easily. So, but in the 1990s, we don't have that. So when someone contact you, you might notice he's a Nobel Prize recipient because of his email signature. Then you have to look up, you have to check in books or in list encyclopedias. Okay, so let's see if is this guy. Yeah, Berkeley. You see, Berkeley. So he passed away 2013. I was kind of idiotic. So anyway, I'm talking a little bit about my personal life story. I was, I'm a nerd. I am a nerd. I still am all my life. I'm just like focused on programming and mathematics because I truly, enjoy it. But I was also somewhat a failure. Okay, so he contacted me. I probably, it's probably better if let's I just go and work for him or work for Wolfram Research. Anyway, so my life is kind of complicated in part because failed family, okay, problematic family. So anyway, I didn't do anything with the guy. He just contacted me. He contacted me because of this, in particularly because of this package, okay? This transform 2D plot. I wrote that in like 1995. Cheers. So here is a red wine and some red wine plus grape juice plus blueberry. Was it blueberry or raspberry? It's called blueberry. Blueberry juice plus apple. Fresh juice. Okay, not from bottles. It's freshly chopped up. Hello, Rokan Drew. Must be cool to have talked or interacted with a Nobel Prize winner. Yeah. I was kind of, I can say I'm lucky. But you see, life is big. You can be ambitious, like depending on the person. Like I would want to be a known mathematician, but I kind of failed, so I wasn't a known mathematician. So my life is kind of like at the end, near the end. I wasn't a known mathematician, nor was I a famous professor, nor was I a Nobel Prize winner. Of course, not everyone can do that, but you may have the ambition. So anyway, it was anyway. It's a good thing. It's an honor to be able to say I kind of like he contacted me, and I don't know anything about him actually, so I haven't really looked into what exactly, but just know because email, he sent me an email. Anyway, so I wanted to do, so let's kind of introduction. So let's let's continue to do the random things I'm just gonna do. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, you can download Wolfram Language. Okay, I talked about this a million times. Okay, download it and my Wolfram Language from the tutorial from the ground up for programmers. Okay, there's lots of information you can learn from. Today you got not just me, you got YouTube, you got lots of other also professors and also lots of qualified teachers and encyclopedias and so on. Anyway, so let's see what I want to do. So let's go to the plane curves. Okay, so this project is 30 years old. I wrote it when I was young, when I was like in college. Like I started late, so at that time I was like 20 years old, 21. Pretty late because I don't have the normal childhood like, let's say, average Americans, where you go to high school or you go to college when you are 18 or 17. But I was pretty late, so I didn't, anyway. So I did this 30 years ago when I was younger. So I wanted to, let's just update some random, okay? Let's see. Some of these images are still low quality. For example, this. Why is this low quality? For example, this hyperbola. Okay, even that is not true. So let's copy that. Let's start Wolfram Language. By the way, we did this before, like maybe a year ago. We did quite a few videos doing this. These are all updated, by the way. So we did this live, actually, in live stream. And we also did several animations. So do we have like yeah, we did it live. So you see, this is for example, we did that live in one of the videos. Okay, so Wolfram Language, paste the code, and let's magnify it 150, and shift enter to evaluate it. Fantastic. Isn't that fantastic and beautiful? That's the power of Wolfram Language. Every time I see it, it's beautiful. It's just beautiful, So, and you press a key, Control-Shift-N, to format it in a mathematical typeset. And also, I need to show this. You see, you don't have to worry about indentation or how you format your code. It's automatic on the fly. You see, interactively in real time, they can Wolfram Language notebook can format the code in real time. You see, so not like the Python idiots or C++ idiots. They say, oh, you need to tab versus space. Let's make it all hard coded so you don't have to worry about it. It's idiots. It's industrial coders. Idiot. I must emphasize this again. So the industrial coders, you see, programming activity in the programming industry, which is a human endeavor, not just endeavor, but it's a part of the industry, business, enterprise, which is a critical industry because programming, banking, they all need computers, right? It's a big industry. But but it is true that certain, the way they do things. I mean, it is true in general in human fields and activities. Sometimes they, for a long period of time, 10 or 20 years, they do things in a very stupid way, like the fucking stupid way. For reasons, okay, for reasons like they don't know at that time or whatever. So so one of the thing I want to claim is that the industrial coders, like typically C++ coders, and today most coders, like in like whatever you do, like Java coders, coders today, JavaScript coders, Python coders, professional coders working at Google or Microsoft, all these coders. Like when it comes to code formatting, like they have no idea what is good and what is bad. This is my claim, okay? You see this Wolfram language feature, like they don't know this. They don't know. They never seen it. They have never seen it in their life. These professional Google coders, JavaScript framework creator, whatever, these fancy people, like, but, or C++, extremely complicated, or C++ game engine creator. In their life, like in most of them, like they've never seen a concept that somehow the editor should be able to like format your code like in real time. This idea, like they've never seen it. Meanwhile, their idea, this fancy coders, Python, Guido van Rossum, I created Python language, I tell you what to do. Their idea of formatting is that you should make it, more than code should not be more than 80 characters per line. Where does that came from? That came from punch cards. That's a history like habit from punch cards, okay? By the way, the other day, a few months ago, I went with a friend, Cortez, to the computer museum. So I actually took some photos of the punch cards. Anyway, here's a punch cards, used like 60, 70 years ago. So this is the origin of the 80 characters per line, like convention that you will hear even today. The Git, they will tell you, please do not have your line more than 80 characters. You should try to format it, fucking extreme idiocy. Okay, can you guys see it? Do you guys see what I mean? So we have the phenomenon in the programming industry of these people, like they don't know it. They just don't know. But things are slowly improving. Okay, so for example, in the past, in the coding, community, programming coding community, or software engineers, that's another term for our community, is that we learn things. We do learn things and improve, change slowly. So for example, we started to learn, you should have automatic memory management, even though it's controversial, but then you started to have Rust, you have, or Golang, you have started to have new languages. And then you learned about, null is maybe not a good thing. There's a famous guy who created a talk about, a famous computer scientist. What's his name? I forgot at the moment, but he created a talk 5 or 10 years ago about like the $1 million mistake, null. Okay, from the guy, what's his name? I forgot. He's one of the well-known computer scientists. Okay, null. So we do learn mistakes gradually, so null is probably not a good thing. And the C has lots of issues. It's not really high-level language. It's kind of, C++ got lots of issues, and then eventually now we have Golang, which was created as a C++ replacement. Okay, it did not exactly succeed the way the author intended, but however, it did succeed. It replaced lots of other, it's very popular. And then you do have Rust, which is kind of another approach, and then also functional programming has came up and became used in lots of industries. For example, in stock trading, in financial banking industries, So we do have improvements, but it's kind of slow. Okay. So anyway, so again, let me tell you guys this code formatting feature. Okay. Now, what does this involve? I can talk about this. You see, I can talk about this for an hour or two. You see, this in order for this kind of capabilities, if you want that has to do with also the programming language's syntax. Okay, it's like intertwined. They are intimately tied together with the programming language syntax. Okay, and also, by the way, also you can see there's a mathematical typesetting. I can turn it off. Control Shift I. Okay, wait. What? Control Shift I. Yeah, you can turn it off. But you turn off the mathematical typeset. However, you still have not Control Shift I. You still have the automatic format. Okay, so let's see, what is it? Cell convert to input form. Wait, Control Shift I. Wait, Control Shift N. Control Shift I. Okay, no, you don't have the automatic. And well, actually you do, but I can just paste it. Can you see? Now, if I magnify it, you see. So what I'm saying here is that this automatic on-the-fly formatting is not tied to the mathematical typeset. Okay, they are separate things. Mathematical typeset is one feature. Okay, you can see the square root there. Okay, the fraction, that's typesetting. Okay, so you can have integrals, you can have summation. That's mathematical typeset. Okay, now this feature is distinct. It's separate. Okay, with the automatic formatting, they not tied together. You see, so this exactly the same code here. It's not typeset, but you still have this automatic formatting. Okay, so anyway, that's one thing. So let me say this again. So this is a formatting issue of programming language code, and what I am saying is that in the coding industry, vast majority of people, like, they don't know, they don't understand, they don't know, that never, first of all, they never seen this. From why haven't they ever seen this? Because Wolfram Language is a commercial product. Also, it's mostly it's like for engineering scientists, for physicists, for mathematicians. It's not typically like a programmer's tool, not the industrial programmer, web dev coders, Linux operating system coders. It's not. Usually, it's not. It's more for mathematicians, physicists, engineers who needs to build cars, which engines, bridges, which in turn require you to do lots of mathematics. Okay, so that's kind of the background of Wolfram Language. And also, it's a proprietary software. So vast majority of the coders, like the programmers, the industrial coders, they don't know. That is why they don't know this. They don't know, they never heard of it. Okay. And you have to pay, Wolfram Language. Well, today it's like free. You can download, for your personal project, you can use it. But for the past 20 years, it's like you have to pay $2,000. Okay. So, first of all, most of the industrial programmers, professional coders, they never seen it. Then you have the idiotic idea because of the habit, because of the punch cards. Can you see how incredible, like the incredibility, the idiocy, because of a habit from punch cards. That's why, you must please make sure your code has only, lines doesn't go more than 80 characters long. Let me show some code, okay, to illustrate. So, search. Okay, let me show some code to illustrate. So here is TypeScript, JavaScript code. Okay, so these people will say, show ruler mod. Okay, please do not format. This line is too long. Please make it they would say, please make it like that. Okay, and other things. Like these people. So these people. So why do they have this kind of idiotic concept? But most of them do not realize it. Like, for example, you show them my video, do that, I will be pleased. Thank you, guys. Show people, your friends, my video, right? You show them, most of them will get offended. They don't agree. They think, no, you are wrong. Code must be, you must manually hard code, let's say, show spaces, you can see. So every time, so there's a return. This is the way things should be. And you like you show them, you tell them this, about this feature, instantaneous formatting technology. This, by the way, this began in 1996. Okay, you show them this, they think, oh, that's nice. But the next day, by tomorrow, they forgot about it. They are back to this, C plus, especially among like the industrial coders, C coders, C++ coders, the Java coders, and Python. Python is like the worst. Python made the, this kind of formatting hard coded, so you can never. Python made a decision in their programming language such that this automatic formatting is now impossible. Okay, that's what Python did. Okay, this automatic formatting is like now impossible because Python, the Guido van Rossum, the idiot, they forced hard code. It's like image, like bitmap image instead of SVG. They like so you must display them at certain size, otherwise they got fucked up. Just like the 80 lines per character. Like if your Windows is only 70 characters wide, then you see jagged lines. That's what happened. That's these idiots. Okay. So again, what I'm saying is that these industrial coders for the past 30 years, we do have this flaw, this phenomenon, these people, they just they just don't know. So it takes time to improve slowly. Okay. So, but this is, by the way, this is not a new phenomenon. This is not a new phenomenon. For example, keyboards. Okay. Most of you guys know about the QWERTY keyboard layout. Okay. So let's go to it. Let me show you if you guys haven't heard of it. QWERTY, okay, laptop, do it yourself, keyboards, ergonomic keyboards, We want to go to keycaps. No, we want to go to keyboard layouts. Okay, so layouts, and let's just jump to the keyboard layout. So you see, this is a keyboard layout, ASDF QWERTY. That's the keyboard you are familiar on every keyboard. Let's say, for example, Apple keyboard, right? So this letter arrangement, that's called QWERTY. Why is it arranged that way? Because it's the most, because basically it's that way because they want to slow typewriters down. Okay, there's controversy, but basically they want to prevent jam and basically effectively slow touch typists down. So that's why we got the QWERTY, and it's stuck with us for 200 years, since like 200 years ago, since the invention of typewriters. Okay, since the invention of typewriters. Okay, so what I'm saying is that, so why are we stuck with this like this idiotic, like this thing? Well, that's just the way they are. We happen, because for lots of reasons, this inertia, habit, you can't force people. Habit is one of the most sticky thing. Okay, you don't want, you cannot force people to change because they already know this. They are familiar. Familiarity is the critical thing. It's not that they don't want to, but they just, they it takes time to learn things. So, and also you can't force every keyboard to manufacturer to change their design. That takes takes a lot of money. So there's a lot of reasons things are stuck. That's not good. So in the same way, so this, you got this formatting issue. Okay, this industrial coders, like they never seen this, like they don't know. They think that you should have like 80 characters per line, and Python, you should have like Python syntax indentation. Okay, yeah, extremely idiotic. Okay, I think that's it for today. We just talked about that. So who is watching? Do I have like 8 people? Oh Jesus, 3. Don't books also have a convention to limit the number of characters per line? Yes, books do. Books do, because books are physical. Books is not like computer screen. You could have, like a movie screen in theaters, or your phone screen is just like less than 80 characters per line. So in books, of course, you have to, you can, what happens when you reach the edge? You have to do a return, of course. Okay, we started to talk about random this that thing, and so did we? Well, so I'm gonna work offline then. So I need to work offline on my curve stuff. Okay. So let's let today's talk show be focused on the formatting. Okay, so let me show you some examples of articles I've written. Okay, so let today's talk just be focused on about the formatting issue. Okay, so now close that. We did a screenshot of that. Unicode fun. Okay, Unicode is fun, fantastic. Special plane curves. So let's go to let's search formatting. Okay, this let me mention a few things. I have quite a few articles about it, actually. Okay, lots of articles. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so there is some Emacs for you Emacs people. Okay, change file, new line format. Okay, that's not what I want. There are format HTML code. So for those of you who are Emacs users, so there are some tips of code I've written. So you can press a key to reformat or HTML code. For example, let's go to today's talk show. Let me demo, okay? So here is today's talk show showing browser. That's what it looks like. So let's say go to, this is a list, so this is a list. So let's let's make them look like that. Showing browser, it doesn't matter, okay? But however, sometimes, sometimes you want to format it. So you can press a key, it will reformat the entire page HTML. For example, if I put this, would they format it? Yeah, you see, they break them. You see the URL. So you see there is the URL there, and there's another unordered list. Okay, but if you combine them, let's say save it, and let's say also this this section, which is this date. Let's say you also make them one line, save. Okay, showing browser, it doesn't matter. But let's say if you want to format it, let's say make the whole thing one line. Showing browser, okay, clear, it still works, right? Now let's say you want format, okay, so you just press a key. That, by the way, that command is Xah reformat lines, okay? So press a key, fantastic. Can you see they got, reformatted the whole HTML page. So this URL, that's one, the YouTube, you see, that's the, and then this URL is the live stream. So anyway, the point is that I got a command. So that command is called, what is the command name? So let's see. Describe key, press the key. What? Describe key, press the key. The command is Xah HTML format buffer, okay? And you can get the command on my website, okay? So I can, so there, okay? Yeah, search for it, you'll find it. Emacs format HTML code. So you can, so just press a key in your buffer, it'll do that for the whole file. And you have that for CSS as well. And you also have that for JavaScript. You also have that for Python. I wrote this, okay? So it's free, you can grab it, open source. You also have that for Golang. You also have that for PowerShell. PowerShell is kind of lousy. By the way, most of these also rely on a external program. For example, for HTML and CSS, it requires the Deno JavaScript engine. I highly recommend Deno. Okay, Deno. For JavaScript, also Deno. For Python, it requires the Black. There's one thing called Black. Okay, so if you read my page, usually I will give full detail. For example, what is the Black? Black is a tool in Python community that reformats Python code, okay, according to a standard written by this Lucas Langa guy. It doesn't support Python 2. Okay, so Black, how you install it, what are the command line options, and by the way, there's alternative called YAPF for Python to format Python code. Okay, so I talked about okay, so let me just do this because I'm gonna talk about that more later. So anyway, so Emacs, you got Python, then you also got Golang. Golang requires Golang, of course, the Golang compiler. Then PowerShell requires you install to kind of a PowerShell tool, okay, that install module named TSS script analyzer. PowerShell one is not very good. And there's a Lisp one, which is problematic. Anyway, someone has written a Lisp one, but I haven't integrated. It's kind of, it's got some problems, okay? But anyway, you look at this page, you'll find out which one that is. There are a few, okay? Most of them, like, they don't work, except one of them works kind of, I believe last time I checked, okay? Check out the guy. What's his name? So we did a talk show about this formatting issue. I think I did actually quite a lot about this formatting issue. Okay, so this so what is the guy's name? Anyway, so this is about automatic format Lisp code. Okay, so anyway, that's all. These are Emacs Lisp code. Now, is there something else I want to talk about? Yes. Okay, no, well, okay. So anyway, yeah, so actually more. So actually the other things I want to tell you guys is that, yeah, so this is about one-line formatting code. So this is about the hack of C print F format string. Okay, that's very interesting. But I wanted to tell you about, okay, let's go to line. Let's just say truncation. Okay, now these are my rants. Okay, line truncation. So open that. So quite a few. So you know the line truncation. So it came from Unix. Okay, because Unix in the 70s, in the 90s, they have the nasty habit to silently cut off your lines if it's more than 80 characters. Okay, remember guys, that's from Unix. Unix did it. The most nasty operating system, the most shit, Unix. Okay, Unix like silently truncate your lines if your line is more than 80 characters. That came from Unix, like pervasively in all its tools. So in the early days, it just, you know, sorry, lines too long, and they silently truncated, like just cut it off. So bad, you know, like when you have a tar file, when you tar it, it is silently truncate if the path is more than like 120 characters. So I have documentation of it, and also in MySQL documentation, this is around 2002. They also cited my my article. Okay, so in even 2001, Unix tool tar still truncate long path file names. Okay, so if you have a directory, you want to tar it, and if so happens some of your directory has long names, so such that altogether it's more than 120 characters, the tar tool will silently truncate your file path. You know, that's how bad it is. From Unix, the Unix fuckheads, the Unix and C fuckheads, they created this situation. Okay, so that's, you know, so this idea of you should have 80 lines per character, that's very harmful, and it came from Unix, which in turn came from the punch cards. Okay, like we were talking about the punch cards. So that's very bad. So I hope you guys, you know, hear about that and stop doing that. Tell your friends to stop doing that. So this is one of my earliest video about this formatting and line truncation. So this one is 2019, May 3rd. Unix philosophy, truncate line, closure, concurrency, AI consciousness. Okay. Then, okay, so then, you know, there's series of rants. The harm of hard wrapping lines, 80 characters per line. That's another article. Because this issue is one of the biggest issue in my life. So I've been writing about it for like by now 25 years, you know, or 30 years. So it is the Unix, the extreme idiots, the Unix and C type of people. They don't know about this. They like even today, you talk to most coders in the programming industry, may it be C, C++, Java, they will probably tell you, oh, you shouldn't have, lines longer than 80 characters. Why? Because, well, it's easier to read, because their idea, they don't know about this, like they forgot about this automatic line wrap. Like they don't think that's like, you see, in a browser, when what happens when a line is too long? They automatically wrap, of course. And in Wolfram language, it does even better. It wrap in a smart way for code. So you can see this indentation. You can see this table. For example, you watch the beginning of the table. That's indented. You see, now if your window is wide, there's no, it's like one line. You see, smart. So, but normally you can do that for text editor, like, like Alice in Wonderland or whatever. It wraps your lines, right? But when it comes to code, like these idiots, the C, C++, Java coders, Python coders, Golang, whatever language, Ruby, all of them. Like they forgot about the automatic wrapping, or even in Discord. Happens in Discord, on Twitter, everywhere. Okay, like happens, like on Twitter. Like, if you don't press enter every 80 lines, does that mean your words will disappear? No, it automatically, you see, it automatically wrap, right? It's called soft wrap, right? So why do you have to hard return at every 80 character? You don't have to. This is Twitter. And here is Discord. Same thing. Okay, wait. Here is Discord. You see, does that mean, so you have this very smart, automatically adjust to your window size by a soft wrap. So you don't have to manually, like the manual idiots, like I need to count how many characters so far. Oh, not 80. Okay, I need to do a line return. That's from the C idiots, Unix. But to this day, when it comes to code, most of these people will still think that, oh yeah, you need to have a line return at this, when it's 80 characters, turn on the ruler mod. You see these people. Like, can you guys imagine how is it possible that they think that way? Okay, I'm telling you guys. Okay, this issue. To this day, so this how it's like a huge damage, So let's go back to the browser, and I think that's it. So I got several other. So I was showing you guys, some of the articles, rant I wrote, starting in 2002. This is my first one, I think. Unix RFC line truncation. 2002. Okay, I think that's my first article about this issue. Then I wrote a lot about it, like the line truncation issue. So there is so the harm of hard wrapping lines. This here's another article. And 2005, then there's tab versus space in source code, which is a very controversial thing. Tab versus space, and which one is better? Tabs. Okay, tab is better if you have to do it manually. But then the Python idiots, they went with space. But Golang, Rob Pike made the right choice. Tabs. Okay, tab is better. And the F# people, by the Don, what's his name? The guy who created F# compiler for Microsoft. I think his name is Don something. They went with spaces. Idiots, incredible idiots. Okay, so so there's a tab versus space which I wrote, my long rant in 2005 or 2006. Okay. And then there's also another related. What does it mean when white space is insignificant in programming languages? Okay. I think that's it for today. Okay. Have you checked out the Zen browser? No, I haven't. What vertical tabs? Vertical tabs. Well, vertical tabs is now in Firefox, and as well as in Brave browser. So I don't know what is a Zen browser. So okay, that's it for today. Bye, guys. Okay, Zen browser. Interesting, the new browser. Zen is a Firefox-based browser with the aim of pushing your productivity to a new level. Whenever you hear that, that's kind of bullshit, okay? Browsers, there's a lot of effort to create new browsers. They usually, come and go. They begin, then after a year, they disappeared. So what about Zen browser? Zen browser is a free and open source fork of Mozilla, okay, in 2024 with a focus on privacy, customability, and design. Many of the layout changes, okay, the key question is who created it? What does he want? That usually is the key that determines the fate of this browser. Who created it? What's his background? What does he want? That's the key, okay? Like, for example, is he like part of the deep state? Is he just like, or what is his mentality? What is he thinking? What kind of person is he? That's the main question. Okay, let's see. Since the browser company announced that the Arc browser was no longer going to receive new features, Zen has been considered major alternative. Okay, so the Arc, so Arc died. Apparently, the Arc died. Okay, so you see, Arc is the other thing. So anyway, so yeah, major alternative and a continuation in spirit. Okay, license under Mozilla. Okay, well, good luck. I hope it's doing great, but who knows? Okay, bye, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna do my plane curves offline. Okay, bye. Now, if you guys like my stuff, donate, okay? Go to xahlee.info. Yeah, let me just go through this because this is important. Go to xahlee.info, okay? Just go to xahlee.info, my website. Then you go down, down, and you can see PayPal. There is, so send me $100 if you have a job, okay? Patreon, PayPal, Amazon gift card. Bye.